look like you're from around here.
Warum bist du aus Deutschland?
I want to brew a beer.
Welcome to America.
You're not wanted here. Go back home.
Well, inspiring ad or provocative political statement? Let's ask Bill Baker about that. You work with companies on branding, and what do you think of the Super Bowl ad?
You know, I love that ad. I think that ad is really a great example of a brand like Budweiser, the all-American beer, telling a story that's consistent with its brand. And like in sharing that story, they're reminding us, either subtly or perhaps not so subtly, that the story of its founder is intertwined with the story of America. You know, that we all started as immigrants.
And if you look on social media, a lot of people share that perspective. Let's take a look at some of the reactions on Twitter to the pre-Super Bowl release of this ad. Wow, Super Bowl move. Most of our ancestors are immigrants. This is pro-American. I don't usually drink Bud, but I'll start. But here's the thing. You don't have to search too far on a site like Twitter to see negative reactions. Reactions like these. Anti-Trump, pro-Muslim, disgusting Super Bowl commercial bashing President Trump. Hey kids, boycott Super Bowl ad is liberal propaganda. Looks like boycott Budweiser time. You work with companies. Is this the kind of thing that you think is striking fear in the hearts of the Budweiser board?
No, I actually think quite the opposite. I don't think Budweiser would have made this ad if they didn't know what kind of unrest and discussion it was going to start. You know, like, is this ad a political statement by Budweiser? I don't think so. It's really, I think, genuinely Budweiser telling a story about its brand. But does that ad have political repercussions? Yes. And did they know that before they released it? I'm sure they did. You know, they're not dumb people. Certainly behind the boardroom doors, they discussed that this is probably going to have repercussions, and people are going to interpret it both ways.
Let's look at another company now, another really iconic American brand, Starbucks. Now, Budweiser says they didn't want to be political. Starbucks decided to get, you know, fairly political, right? In the middle of the Donald Trump immigration debate, they said they were going to hire 10,000 refugees, and instantly boycott Starbucks became a movement on social media.
Absolutely. Like, in contrast to Budweiser, I really do think Budweiser was telling a story there that wasn't political. But Howard Schultz, as the CEO of Starbucks, as the key representative of that brand, definitely made a political statement. He came out and said, we're concerned about this, we're against it, and this is what we're going to do in terms of hiring 10,000 refugees over 5 years around the world. That's a political statement.
You are Canadian, but you grew up in the United States. You know both countries very well. You know, given the time, the political tenor of what's happening right now in the United States, this move that maybe in another time would have seemed compassionate, hiring 10,000 refugees in all of the countries that Starbucks is in. That's the other thing in the statement, right? Of 75 countries, not just the United States, somehow is being seen as anti-American. You don't have to go far to see some really strong, emotional, divisive anti-Starbucks comments.
Yeah, look, in today's climate, everything is seen as a political statement, and every political statement is unfortunately very polarizing. We've lost the ability, it seems, to kind of have good debate and discourse. But a brand like Starbucks recognizes that it's so big and it's so powerful, it has a responsibility of sorts to take a position on things. And as a consumer, the position it's taking actually feels in brand with me. I may not agree with it, but it does feel right to me as a brand that a company like Starbucks or Nike is taking a position on these things.
Is it worth the risk, though, that there are going to be thousands of people, I don't know how many people, who are going to see that logo now and get angry?
That time will tell. And I know that everyone wishes there was some secret mathematical algorithm that could predict what was going to happen. But decisions like this, taking a stand like that, has risk and it has rewards. It definitely turns people against you, as evidenced on Twitter and the movement to boycott Starbucks. But at the same time, it also emboldens those people who are loyal to you. And I guarantee you, more people will be buying more Starbucks because of the decisions they've made.
Bill Baker, really nice talking to you.
Thanks, Ian.